Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Fourth and a Dream podcast. It is me, Red, with my ever so lovely co-host, the Commish. Welcome to week 11. And I personally am thankful that week 10 is over.
Yeah, it was a close one, right?
No. 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 It absolutely was not.
Yeah.
I spoke that into existence. I missed it by about 20 points on each side, but I definitely spoke that into existence.
I was gonna say, I feel like that one's one that both you and I were kind of on, just about letting that go. And yeah, I think this is gonna be a. I mean, hey, you know what, man? It's a strategy. Like, when people go into drafts and they're like, "Do I want to concern myself with bye weeks?" Some people are like, let me space it out. And there's others that are just going, I'm just gonna go full sail on 1 week and just take my losses and get everybody back. So
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I guess you were in the ladder this year, and last week was your week.
Well, I don't remember all my picks, but I do know that I got one pick 100% correct, and I do know that I got two picks 100% incorrect. Because the teams I was rooting for last week let me down.
Oh man,
So
you hate to see it.
it is what it is. But we'll go ahead and we'll get into our week 10 recap, right? We're going to try to make this as quick as possible because I am still feeling the pain that was inflicted on me last weekend. So, with that being said, everybody grab a beverage and snuggle into their lazy boy. Let's get it going, dude. Snitches versus ass and TDs. What you got?
All right, man. Well, Snitches gets the dub, 69-63. There's really not too much to talk about in this one. I mean, Kyler Murray, welcome back to fantasy football. Got off to a relatively solid game with a little over 17. He I'm not gonna say he pays Snitches because he had Kenneth Walker with a 20 spot, but man, I guess for asking TDs, like the bigger question is gonna be like, well, what's going on with the Bills, man? Like Josh Allen, I mean, look, I know I'm an FSU guy and I'm a Jameis Winston apologist, but I mean, Josh Allen's out there and that dude's just a turnover machine, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every game you're talking 2 or 3 picks and like the last or turnovers. And the last couple of years, the Bills have been able to overcome it. That's not looking like the case this season, man.
No, they seem very frazzled. Very frazzled. Josh Allen kind of seems very confused. And I believe the Bills fired Ken Dorsey. Is that true? I saw a bunch of rumors and bullshit on Twitter Tuesday morning. Stuff like Stephon Diggs saying that he wanted out of Buffalo, and I think I saw a fake Instagram post that Stephon Diggs said to Josh Allen, "Hey, I want the ball," and Josh Allen said, "Maybe you should go play in Denver." Which is kind of funny if that was true because Josh Allen threw the ball to Denver the whole game. And I don't really want to get into it much, but what was up with the ball handler on the Broncos with the poop on his hand, huh? I don't understand that.
Now see, I've heard a couple of conflicting stories. Like initially it was pine tar, and then I also heard that it was some type of like exterior bandage that
Yeah,
they were using to
liquid
cover up some
skin.
type of cut or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows, dude?
yeah.
I mean, I look at it like this. Bills Mafia fan can cry all they want to, but you shouldn't even have been in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, don't let the game come down to like a game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
You know, don't
yeah.
turn the ball over 3 times in a night and go handle your business.
I didn't watch that game at all, but I did also hear that the reason for the penalty that gave them the kick or the re-kick, DeMar Hamlin was the 12th man on the field.
Yeah, they had
Crazy.
12 guys. I mean, I don't know specifically who it was, but
Yeah.
you know,
I don't
there
know.
was there was 12 people on the field, and that's what gave him a re-kick because he initially missed the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, moving on. Um, Jolly Roger and Iron Smoke.
Man, this one was a lot more entertaining than what we initially probably thought was going to happen. Iron Smoke gets the dub 114-95. On the Smoke side of the ball, man, Devin Singletary, 150 yards and touchdown. I mean, does Houston have RB1 now?
Unfortunately,
I mean, like I said, Singletary gets a lot of run, and Jameer Gibbs stays hot on the JR side, man. And I mean, he's old Cuzzo's his season's on life support, man.
yeah,
Like he's you know what? I'm gonna need some help from JR before this podcast is over with. So I'm gonna go ahead and shelve that one for a little bit later on. But yeah, Iron Smoke 114-95 winner over JR. You got anything?
not much, not much. Moving on. I think I did call this one. I could be wrong.
No, unfortunately we
Did
both took Tropic Thunder in this one.
did we?
Yes, we did.
Well, you know,
Whoops.
every dog has its day. Baby Billy, Bible Bonkers, 104 to 102 over Tropic Thunder. You have anything to say about that one?
Um, yeah, I got a little bit to say. I was texting with my brother-in-law on Monday night, and he sent me a text message early in the game, like around 9 o'clock my time. Which I thought was still kind of on the early side of the ball game, pretty much saying it was a wrap. And I'll be honest with you, man, I watched the first couple minutes of the game, and then I didn't watch the body of it. I just turned it off just because I've gotten to the point where like I just can't watch my guys play, you know, live because they're just awful. And yeah, I guess the Javonte Williams touchdown is what put me over the top, and I immediately heard from my brother-in-law, and yeah, he wasn't too thrilled about losing right toward the waning minutes of Monday Night Football. But like you said, man, every dog has his day, and I'm hanging around another week, I guess.
Chris Olave saw the ball a little bit with your old pal Jameis Winston
It's amazing what
behind
happens
center.
when you got a guy that gets in there and decides to push the ball down the field a little bit.
Yeah, crazy, crazy. So moving on, this is not one I really want to talk about, but I know you sure do. Friday morning oil change versus AT Aliens, an absolute beatdown, 164 to 83. Not in my favor.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I got my head beat in last week by about 60, but I, you know, I I took a quick gander at this on Sunday afternoon, and at one point I saw you were down by a cool hundo, and I was like, my goodness, like it was
Yeah,
almost painful to look at.
yeah,
Hey, it's like I said earlier, man. You didn't have your big guns, and unfortunately, in this case, I don't think it really would have mattered.
no.
I mean, Hawkinson with 11 catches, Keenan Allen with 11 catches. I mean, shit. Um, St. Brown with 8 more catches. I mean,
Imagine if this
30.
was a PPR league, dude. Oof.
Forget about it, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, just chalk it up as one of those weeks, man. AT Alien staying hot, baby.
he is. He is 500. Moving on, Smoking Joe, wine receiver.
Wide receiver improves to 7-3, gets the 91-80 win. CJ Stroud continues to, submit himself as a not only a top fantasy option, but I mean, he's got to be like in the conversation for rookie of the year at this point.
Yeah, he might be in conversation for MVP.
I mean, this is true, man. I mean, the Texans are definitely playing better. I
Yeah,
mean, they're the AFC South is wide open. I mean, everybody's just kind of been waiting for Jacksonville to maybe, take a hold of this thing. And, it just seems like right when they're poised to do so, they come out and then they just turn around and get absolutely blasted by the 49ers, who look like they know how to play football again all of a sudden
yeah,
after
healthy.
taking a month off. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, Geno Smith, big game in a loss, but welcome back, David Montgomery.
almost 45 combined points in that Detroit backfield. That's
Dan
special.
Campbell's got it rolling, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Lions are good.
And it's
N-
crazy. It's crazy to think that Texas A&M has Dan Campbell on their short list of potential head coaches because I just don't see a guy in the NFL who's like worked so hard to get the situation like Detroit is in right now rolling, and for him to leave and go back to the college ranks, even though he'd probably make more money at A&M.
I didn't know that he was on that list.
Yeah, he's been floated out there, man. He's an A&M grad, but like I said, I think it's more of a crapshoot or a long shot with Dan Campbell than it is like an actual, something
Yeah.
that's something that could be a real possibility.
Yeah. So 5-star last week had Miyagi Illuminati versus Master Bader.
Illuminati with a 105-78 victory over Bader on the Illuminati side of the ball. Kind of a top to bottom total team effort, man. But he gets the big game out of George Kittle. Kittle had the long touchdown. Um, 3 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown. And then on the flip side for Bader, man, CeeDee Lamb is just operating in a different realm right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why Jared Goff continues to get benched on the Bader side of the ball, but I mean, I saw Bijan Robinson find pay dirt, but I mean, I feel like we're starting to see more cracks in that ship there for Bader, man. So hopefully he can get things turned around.
For sure. So before we get into our week 11 picks, which are all going to be great picks, do you have anything for the league?
Just a reminder that our trade deadline is next weekend or on next Friday. I believe it's the 24th. So I guess this is really just a direct message to Mr. Illuminati. If he's got any more deals that need to be done, and then I guess for myself, because it doesn't seem like anybody else is really interested in making any deals in this league. But
Oh, that's not true.
if you're so inclined to try to make a deal, you've got till next Friday to get things sorted out before the trade deadline comes and goes. But about you, man, you got anything you want to add?
I don't, man. I don't.
Any
I'm ready to move on to Cincinnati. You know what I mean?
move on to Cincinnati?
I had a
I got
dream. I had a dream that Bill Belichick got fired.
Oh, really?
It got left in Germany.
Clear up. Really?
Then I woke up.
Who'd be on? You have any idea who'd be on your short list of replacements on who you want?
So if I was Robert Kraft, I think I would be looking at two people, and those two people would be probably Jared Mayo and probably Mike Vrabel, because he is all about his people, right?
Okay.
I don't see Mike Vrabel leaving Tennessee though, but I could be wrong. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know, we could. I'm done with the guy.
All right.
I don't like his fucking attitude.
Well, while you were letting us know about your little dream, I did send out a request just a minute ago to the league chat directly to the JR. Hopefully, my man's going to hit the waiver wire this week and drop a cool 77 spot on Ty Chandler. Because I know the Bader needs a running back this week, and Chandler is the top guy. And the last time I checked, it looks like Bader's only got $77 of fab left. So if the JR is able to hear my cry this week and wants to do Big Cousin a solid, appreciate you, brother.
Did something happen to Jordan Addison?
Addison? I'm not sure about Addison.
Not Jordan Addison.
You mean Alexander Madison?
Alexander Madison. I get him.
Yeah,
I
man.
mixed up.
I believe he hit concussion protocol. I believe this past week, and he's I think he's questionable. So I'm just trying to piece things together, and I'm always here to help the rest of the league out.
I wonder how much waiver wire money I have.
Get in on it, son. Hey, as long as it's more than $77, I mean, you should be in good shape.
Yeah, who knows? Anyways, moving on.
All right, man. Let's get this week 11.
Week 11. Let's start with old Cuzzo. Yeah?
All right. Well,
Ass and titties and Jolly Roger.
oh man. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna start, and I am gonna assume that JR goes to the waiver wire and picks up Tyson Chandler this week. So he's probably gonna look to plug and play him. He's going with Joshua Dobbs, man, who has been, quietly asserting himself as like a fantasy football force this year. I mean, I feel like he's almost doing what Geno Smith did last season. So, I mean, Jameer Gibbs is going to have a plus matchup against Chicago. And yeah, if the JR is going to pull out a win this week, man, I'm looking at a Dobbs and a Gibbs show. And that's probably pretty much the only guys that are going to score for his team. And on the flip side, I mean, like we said earlier, man, who the hell knows what's going on in Buffalo? They got a tough matchup against the Jets this week, which they could very easily lose.
That'd be fun.
So, I mean, that would definitely be interesting for the East. And Tony Pollard, man, like he couldn't get it going against the Giants. So, I mean, I got a tough time seeing him getting it going against Carolina, even though Carolina's been awful. But yeah, man, that's about all I got, dude. You know what? I'm gonna take the Jolly Roger 8-7 in this one.
Can I just agree?
Yeah, man. If you just want to go straight lock agreement, then yeah, like that's good in my book.
I'm gonna say 16-14.
Okay.
No. I believe Cuzzo is gonna pull it off this week as well, man. I don't like Josh Allen against the Jets defense. I really don't. And Tony Pollard is not the Tony Pollard that everybody thought he was. I guess Um, Debo coming back was good for her, but again, the running backs are a problem. And for that, even though he's got Madison out and maybe he gets Ty Chandler, he's still got Joe Mixon and Jameer Gibbs. So give me the Jolly Roger as well. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring affair. Let's say 75-68. Moving on, Iron Smoke and Snitches.
All right, man. Some of the elder statesmen in this league. I mean, the only GM that's technically older than Snitches, Get Stitches, and Iron Smoke is Master Bader, who is definitely the oldest GM that we have in this league. Um, I'm gonna start on the Snitches, Get Stitches side of the ball. I have on good authority to believe that Snitches is still abroad and out of the country, so whether or not this lineup gets set is going to be a 50-50 proposition. I think Mahomes is going to get plugged in. Unfortunately, I feel like Snitches is going to be in a very similar situation that you were in last week, where he just has too many holes to fill. And on the Iron Smoke side, I know Najee Harris has been hot. I do not like his matchup this week against the Browns' run defense. However, if Devin Singletary is able to produce like he did last week. He's going up against the Arizona Cardinals, who have not been able to stop anybody this season. And Tyreek Hill is going up against the Raiders. So I will take Iron Smoke very comfortably in this one. I will go 95-70.
I also agree. Um, Najee Harris is playing like the Najee Harris we thought he was in his rookie season. Um, Cleveland's a good run defense, but I think he'll still have a decent game, man, because that seems to be the only thing they do in Pittsburgh is run the ball. I like his wide receiver matchups. Give me Iron Smoke 100-70 flat.
All right.
All right. Moving on, Baby Billy Bible Bonkers versus Master Bader.
All right, Bader. We've waited till all the way to week 11 for us to lock up. And yeah, CeeDee Lamb's going to be a problem this week. He's going up against the Carolina Panthers. Tony Pollard has been able to show the world that he has just been unable to get it going this year. So Dak Prescott is going to eat, and I'm sure he's going to be looking for number 88 early and often. So CeeDee Lamb is going to be a problem for your boy this week. Jared Goff is going to be at home taking on the Bears, and Jared Goff definitely plays a lot better at home than he does on the road. However, he's got two healthy running backs, man, that have just been pretty much unstoppable when they've been on the field this season. So I think that's going to keep Bader in this matchup. On the bonkers side of the ball, it's all going to come down to the Thursday night football game. I'm not a fan of Thursday night football. Weird things tend to happen on Amazon Prime. Um, the Ravens are taking on the Bengals, but I mean, dude, the Bengals looked shoddy last week, and I just find it hard to believe that Lamar Jackson is just going to be consistently putting up like sub 15 point weeks, man. I feel like the explosion's going to, I don't know when it's coming, but the dude's ceiling is just too high, you know? So I'm going to know where I'm going to stand by the end of Thursday night. I hate to do it, but I'm going to pick Baby Billy Bible Bonkers this week. I'm gonna say in a close one. I'll go. I'm gonna go like 85 to 80.
This one to me, it's all dependent on what he does at running back. If he had a solid RB2 in there, it'd be kind of hard for me to not pick him. I agree with you. Thursday night games are not enjoyable from the watching perspective and the fantasy football perspective.
Dude, they're
You
tough
could
watch.
have the two best teams in the NFL play on Thursday night, and for some reason, it's just gonna suck. It's just gonna suck. I would like to revisit this pick on Thursday, but as it stands right now, I am going to also pick Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers. Uh, 95 to 90.
Okay.
Moving on. Me and old Smokin' Joe. FMOC versus SJ.
All right. All right, man. So I'll start on the Smoke and Joe side of things. Tua is going to be going up against the Raiders this week, and as I alluded to earlier, I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a good game. If that's the case, I see Tua doing the same. Travis Etienne did not have a strong week last week against the Niners. I think he's going to bounce back against the Titans this week. With it being a divisional game, it's going to be in Duval County. So, I mean, I'm not looking at the 20, 25 plus point explosion, but I could totally see something in the realm of, say, like, 13 to 18 points. For him to win this week, man, he's going to need either Waddle or Devonta Smith to step up. Um, I, I feel like if it's going to be one of those two guys, it would be Smith on Monday night that may be able to give him that. Like if he's going to win, it's going to have to be Smith having a good game on Monday Night Football. On the FMOC side of things, man, the Eagles are going to be playing that road game at Arrowhead. You know, it's starting to get hyped up, man. People are like, it could be the Monday night game of the year, yada yada yada. I'm sure the over under is probably like the highest of the week, which is going to translate to probably the game being tied at 10 at halftime. Hopefully that's not the case for you. You're getting your boys back this week. AJ Brown's back. Hurt's going to be back. And Devon Achan coming off the IR. I mean, I'm picking you to win this week without even putting Achan into the equation. I think if they work him back slowly, I'll take you in a tight game. But if he comes back and gets his 10 carries ish and is able to hit, an explosive play for 60 plus yards, then I see you winning comfortably. But I think they're going to ease him back into things. So I will go FMOC. I will go 94 to 78.
This whole matchup involves two games, right? It's the Eagles and Chiefs game. It's the Dolphins and Raiders game, for the most part. What happens on both sides of the ball in both games is going to determine this matchup to me. Um, I'm not going to pick this, but I'm going to say in one way or another, Smoking Joe's heart's going to get broken. I guess I have to pick, though, don't I? Yeah. I'm going to pick Smoking Joe to get the win,
All right.
but he's going to get his heart broken.
Who we got next?
Uh, Tropic Thunder and Miyagi Illuminati.
All right, man. I'll start on the Tropic Thunder side of the ball. Trevor Lawrence is going to have to score more than 2 points if Tropic Thunder is going to get a dub this week. He's got a lot of question marks across the board. I do not like Mike Evans' matchup against the Niners. Not so much that I don't think Baker Mayfield has the ability to find Mike Evans because he's been doing a damn good job of doing that all season. I just, with Bosa and Chase Young at bookends now, or the defensive ends for the Niners, I'm just not sure if Baker Mayfield's going to have enough time to get to the third, fourth, or fifth step drop and, be able to find Evans downfield. On the Illuminati side of the ball, man, his wide receivers they've been so inconsistent this season. Puka should be getting Matt Stafford back this week, which should be able to allow the Rams to resemble an NFL offensive unit again because Mr. Rippon, who was under center a couple weeks ago, he ain't it, fam. Like, killing me. Killing Puka owners, killing Cooper Cup owners. So if Illuminati is going to get the dub, he's going to have to get some production out of his wide receiver core, man. I'm going to make a straight business decision this week. I need Tropic Thunder to get a win, so I will go with Miyagi, Illuminati, in a lock.
So, from a business perspective, I also need Tropic Thunder to get a win this week. But man, it ain't looking good. Miyagi's on a tear. I think that tear is going to continue this weekend. I'm going to take the Illuminati 115 to 80. And I'm reaching for Tropic Thunder. So it's 5-star time. And I'm not paying any dues. So with that being said, it's 5-star time. Pay your dues, bitches. We have AT Aliens and Wine Receiver. What you got, Kamish?
All right, man. I will start on the AT Alien side of the ball. They've been cooking the last couple weeks, man. I mean, they're pushing They're pushing almost 300 points in the last 2 weeks. Dak Prescott's going to be on the road, and he's going to be going up against the Carolina Panthers, which have pretty much just been Swiss cheese all season. Uh, I know Hawkinson is just coming off an 11 catch performance, but he's going up against the Broncos, man. He's going to be up in that altitude. And on Sunday Night Football, the Broncos defense has actually been playing a little bit better, man. So, I mean, I don't see the repeat performance happening, but I still see Hawk getting targeted early and often for the Vikings. Um, Man, I think the X factor on the AT side of the ball is going to be like, what type of production is he going to be able to get out of his backfield, man? Gus Edwards, he was super hot, and then it's like, now we got the rookie coming on here late. You know what I mean? And Derrick Henry, excuse me, it's like I've been hearing it like the last couple seasons, man. Is this finally it for Derrick Henry? So what's he going to do on the road to Jacksonville? You got to figure the Jaguars going to be up for that game, home divisional game
Yep.
in pretty much a must-win situation. Uh, on the wide receiver side of the ball, CJ Stroud, man, he's going to be at home, coming off the big win against the Bengals. They're going to be taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals have been just terrible this season on the defensive side of the ball. Stroud's going to stay hot. It looks like she's got Noah Brown in her starting lineup. That stack. I mean, the dude had like 170 yards last week and didn't even find the end zone. So if that guy hits pay dirt, like, watch out. Kelsey's going to be on Monday Night Football. I mean, do we have any confirmation if Taylor's going to be there on Monday night or not?
You
Do
know
we know
she's
that?
gonna be there, dude. She's
Dude,
gonna
if
be.
she is there, like, AT aliens might be in trouble.
She's gonna be there.
Okay, all right. If you're going Swift in the building on Monday Night Football against the Eagles, I got the Dallas Cowboys defense taking on the Panthers. I will take Mrs. Kamish.
You know, the TJ Hawkinson thing, right? Is it just me, or does that guy always look like he's fucking hurt? My phone heard me. That man he always looks like he's hurt. Yeah, dude, Denver's starting to like turn it on a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be interested to see who Mrs. Kamish puts in at that empty wide receiver slot right now. I mean, she's got KJ Osborne on the bench.
I feel like I
Maybe
have
she
on
puts a
good
running back
authority.
in.
I have a feeling on good authority that she'll probably hit the waiver wire this week.
Yeah, yeah. This is a business decision. I'm gonna need the AT aliens to do exactly what he did to me and you, to your wife. Um, Strictly business. But what sticks out for me the most is Dak Prescott at Carolina. I'm gonna pick AT aliens. 120 to 119.
Ooh, boy, that'd be a zinger right there, man.
Yeah,
Mm,
clip and
mm,
ship it, dude.
mm.
That's it, man. It's another one. Week 11 down.
Damn it, we gotta pay dues next season. That sucks, dude.
That's right. That's right. Next week is Thanksgiving. Best holiday ever.
Feel like we'll probably be getting the episode out a day early for everybody.
I think we still drop it on Turkey Day. Do you want me to?
Okay.
Do you want me to drop it? I can drop it Wednesday morning.
We could talk about it.
But I mean, is it watch the Macy's Day Parade or is it watch this and that?
That's true.
It's a pretty easy decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, fill your coffee cup halfway up with Bailey's and watch the Macy's Day Parade. So, with that being said, my friend, we're gonna put a bow on this thing. You got any parting words?
Good luck this weekend, everyone. Except the baiter. I hope you crash and burn, brother.
Till next week.